In spite of their deaths in the Wheel of Time's show, a trio of characters could easily return to relevancy during Season 3. Over the course of 2 seasons, the series has notably killed off more than a handful of characters from Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time books. Some died as they were meant to in the source material, whereas others met unexpected fates. The second season alone offered a multitude of noteworthy casualties, including Yuno Nemesta, Lord Turak, Ingtar Shinowa, Ishimarel, with a large portion of these all being packed into the Wheel of Time Season 2 finale. Though some of these exits, such as Yuno's, are symbolic of the show's willingness to abruptly kill off likable characters, that's not to say their stories have necessarily wrapped for good. In the cases of Rena and Ingtar, there's no expectation to see them again, but for 3 in particular, Hopper, Ishimarel, and Yuno, there's a good chance the series hasn't closed the door on them just yet. Hopper, killed in Season 2's What Was Meant to Be. Arguably the most heartbreaking death in the Wheel of Time came during the Battle of Farm when Geofram Bornhold struck Perrin's new wolf companion with an axe. Witnessing Hopper's death was clearly a transformative moment for Perrin, and one that is likely to be revisited in Season 3 as the series delves deeper into the lore of the Wolf Brothers and the Wheel of Time's dream world, Tel Arenrayed. It's understood in the books that Wolf Brothers and wolves can enter Tel Arenrayed too, yet they call it the Wolf Dream. In The Shadow Rising, Perrin encounters the deceased Hopper during his exploration of the Wolf Dream. While still getting a grasp on the inner workings of Tel Arenrayed, Perrin receives much-needed help and guidance from Hopper during the Shadow Rising's events. Given the emotional attachment the TV version of Perrin evidently formed to the wolf, it's hard to imagine the show passing up an opportunity to recreate that reunion in the Wolf Dream. If it does, Hopper could return as a welcome ally to Perrin as he navigates his new reality in his dreams. Yuno Nemesta, killed in What Might Be. The Wheel of Time made a surprising departure from the source material early in Season 2 with the death of Yuno Nemesta at the hands of the Seanchan. But thanks to the Horn of Valir and an interesting change to his place in the lore, the Wheel of Time was able to bring back Yuno for the Battle of Farm. As it turns out, Yuno is a member of the Heroes of Horn. Because of this retcon, Yuno's death won't stand in the way of the character continuing to be relevant throughout the story. After all, the books established that the Heroes of the Horn dwell in Tel Arenrayed. With that being the case, Hopper isn't the only dead ally of Perrin's that the Wolf Brother could meet in his dreams. He could also have an encounter with Yuno, who could offer advice about survival in Tel Arenrayed or perhaps something else entirely. That will provide the show a way to make Yuno a recurring character, even going beyond Season 3's story. One future story that Wheel of Time could give the character could lean on showrunner Rafe Judkin's decision to reimagine Yuno as Guidal Kane reborn. In the books, Guidal Kane was involved in a centuries-old romance with Birgit Silverbow, a hero of the Horn who became a supporting character in Nynaeve, Elaine, and Matt's storylines. Ishimarel, killed in Season 2's What Was Meant to Be. Although Ishimarel's death scene in the Season 2 finale did carry a feeling of finality to it, there is a precedent in the books for the villain to return at least one more time. In the book version of the story, Rand beat Ishimarel at Farm before facing him again at the Stone of Tear in the Dragon Reborn. On one hand, killing Ishimarel early makes sense, given that Wheel of Time seems to be skipping the Dragon Reborn to jump straight into the Shadow Rising. But Fares delivered such a memorable portrayal of Ishimarel, it wouldn't be surprising at all if the series decided to make the most out of his portrayal. If that happens, the Wheel of Time could resume their rivalry and further explore Ishimarel's relationship with original Dragon Lews there in Telemann. If this takes place in Season 3, the show may be able to adapt Ishimarel's actual death in the Dragon Reborn's ending, either by moving there first to the Ale Waste or finding a way to get Rand to the Stone of Tear before the season ends.